do not want to see such actions happen again. But do I condemn that, or do I separate myself from these protesters? I would not, because that would not help the situations.
Sorry, you would not. Sorry, you would not.
And find a solution.
You would not condemn it on a human level.
Let me explain.
You can't say that it's unacceptable, it's appalling, it's not what those protesters actually stand for. I'm really surprised by that.
I said it is wrong, and I do not want it to happen again. But what we need now is a way forward. I hope our protesters and also the government understand that, because what we need now is a peaceful way forward. And Hong Kong protesters simply cannot see hope, and we cannot see the way forward, because our demands are very simple and very humble. We want independent investigation towards the police brutality, to make people feel that justice will be prevailed in Hong Kong. Otherwise, Hong Kong protesters will only feel the need to escalate their actions again.
But you also want full democratic
because they
reforms.
also have all the power.
You also want full democratic reforms. You must know that's an impossible demand to make in Beijing.
Well, Beijing has a lot of red lines, but if we care about these red lines, that means we have to stop the whole movement right now. What we need is our demands are very humble, because even our ultimate goal, universal suffrage, has already been promised in the basic law. So our demands are that humble, and only olive branch that can ease the tension now in the Hong Kong society really is independent investigation.
Just a final question then.
Chanted these slogans for months.
A final question to you. At what point do you think, as an organiser, it would be more responsible not to organise any more protests, given that each one we see end up with violence, and it is getting more violence each month that passes?
Well, of course.
God damn it.
You got to be careful with strategies like that, but just keep in mind these are volume plays, high relative volume plays with usually some continuation, to them. That's why you're going to see in most cases the moderate performing better than the conservative. Now, what the conservative calculates is any exit reason that Holly gets out for, okay, the conservative will stop calculating the P&L at that point. Okay, what the moderate does, it holds the trade all the way to the close, but it does adhere to the stop. In other words, if you get a stop price, okay, it stops calculating in the moderate mode. Okay, aggressive is really somewhat rolling the dice, but it holds the trade all the way to the close and ignores the stop. So in other words, if there's a stop, like in this case down here with NEWR, where it stopped out for a $200 loser, if you held this in aggressive mode, all the way to the end of the day, you would have lost more. But you can see here, by going with the moderate approach where you do adhere to your stops, and Steve likes to call this tending the garden, you let your winners run and you just cut your losers and be done with them.
Playing tending your garden is so easy in paper trade mode because there's no emotion. So if you guys are in paper trade mode, kind of experiment with that. Watch the ones that are cut, and you can manage the ones that are moving, and you can always jump in and make your own discretion and jump out of ones you don't like the way they look to you. But the whole point is it's a great starting point, and that's what the AI delivers in the value proposition. There is a great entry level entry position in stocks that are doing something based on volume. The stocks that are in NEO are in there only because they're doing incredible volume today. So we're trying to go where there's smoke, there's fire theory, and the action. In true action, supply and demand will drive the price action. In a quiet stock, the algorithms and all the screwiness will drive price action.
Testing. Can you guys hear me?
And another reason why there's not a lot of trades, I mean, I think this thing's been averaging probably around 10 to 12 trades a day. But
if you have any questions,
the reason it's
just
kind
put
of
them in the
not
chat.
real active today
Try to
is
answer
it's
them
Monday
as much as I
morning.
can.
Okay, first of all, you don't have a lot of earnings on Monday morning. Okay, I think you'll see this thing pick up as the week progresses, but right now it's just kind of ho hum, kind of flat. But that would be the reason.
I think there were a couple of days last week there were 17, 18 trades.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just trying to catch up on the questions here. Looks like some Mac questions that Jamie answered. All right, guys, the questions panel is open. Got a pretty decent crowd in here. Not as many as I expected, though, which is kind of a good sign. I know a lot of people go to the trading room with Barry. He helps a lot of people out.
Is anybody having any trouble connecting to the trade ideas paper trading mode? I mean, hopefully everybody's at least able to do that wants to do it.
Mm-hmm. Let me just show you what you'll have to do. Let me pull up my paper trader over here. All right, so what you would do is when you first log in, you're probably going to look like this. All right, if you don't see a Brokerage Plus anywhere on your layout, and you probably want it first, what you want to do is first make sure that you have a channel bar. This is a channel bar right here. If you do not see this anywhere, what you want to do is just go to our new menu. You can launch everything we have from the new menu. And just go and click on channel bar, and it will pop up a channel bar. All right, this will give you, your Holly, your 3 different Hollies over here. Okay, now what you want to do is once you get a channel bar, you'll be able to browse through different channels, take a look at them. There's many good alerts in all those channels. And then what you want to do is launch your Brokerage Plus. And once again, you can go to New, find Brokerage Plus, bam, and launch it, and it will pop up this window, and it'll be disconnected like this. Then all you have to do, and I think a lot of people are making a mistake right here by trying to connect to Interactive Brokers. You no longer have to do that. We have the paper trader in-house on our software. So just click on Connect Trade Ideas Paper Trading, and it will connect. And you'll see my windows here populate in just a second. There you go. All right, this is where you will find the Holly. Okay, you can choose which ones you want to turn on. If maybe you've heard all the talk and tweets about NEO and you only want to do NEO, well, you could just do your segments like that and then highlight the NEOs, and then we'll turn them on. Sorry, I didn't do that. Yeah, enable. Before selected, I just cut on the NEO. Okay, so if there's any more trades coming from NEO, they will start to populate in my positions window. Let me show you some other things you can do since we don't have any more questions. Let's see, Kathy says, what does that do? I have a chart isolated.
It's a web version question, I believe.
Yeah, she was asking about colorization that we showed her on the top list, but when you pull up the web version, when the windows are in the container, you don't have the option to change the color. So you have to pop the window out. Once you pop the window out, then you have the option to adjust the colors. But she was like, well, but then I'm popped out. So I'm gonna have to go back in there and see if you can shrink it back up if you want to use container versus pop out windows. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. What you eventually want to do, Kathy, is just once you pop it out, you could pop out the other windows too, and then you can save it as a default layout. So in other words, yeah, you cannot in that container window. I don't know if you're on a channel or what, but you cannot make any changes, and I don't think inside the the container window.
Yeah, once she got all of her custom
channel,
colors implemented, she could resave the layout, and it should go back into non-container mode.
Marius, yes, in demo mode, you will not have access to the Holly. You want to make sure you sign up for our test drive. Okay, you sign up for our test drive, and then you will have access to the Holly and be able to cut it on. I don't know if you were referring to demo as the test drive. I signed up already. Okay, and do you have a connection line in your Brokerage Plus window? Okay, and you're saying that you, let me go back and read. I have Holly AI off, cannot switch on. So if you go to, it's not letting you do this, like just click on one, right click and click on enable.
We did have an issue this morning. It's possible you might need to log off and log back in, and that issue may have resolved itself. It does, if it doesn't look like what Andy has there, it should.
Right. You can try this first, just going to account and resetting connection. That should fix it, but if that doesn't work, Steve's right. You probably want to just go ahead and go to File, exit the program, and log back in.
So there might be a few people in here that didn't get the memo. We got to restart the program to enable the back permission for your account to paper trade the AI. There's no auto trading of live money through Brokerage Plus enabled for the test drive using AI, but the paper trade simulator attached to the AI is available. And if it's not showing that, then close the program and reopen it. That should fix it.
Kathy, you're going to have to use the downloadable app to do paper trading. We do not have that in the web version. I know you're on a Mac, but you may have to consider parallels if you want to try the paper trader or get on a Windows machine. So Lynn says, I'm on new menu. It doesn't have. Okay, so when you click on new, you're not seeing a Brokerage Plus on it anywhere, Lynn? Like, yes, you are, or no, you're not?
No question.
Okay, James is saying he restarted and it fixed it for him.
Type it out and
Lynn, try restarting. You know, you want to make sure you're on.
This trade idea software is one of the tools that you need.
Go to help and about and make sure you're on 0.112, 4.2.112, and if you are, you have the correct version and you want to try restarting. But you should definitely have the Brokerage Plus tab in there. Kelly says, I can't get the layouts to use the entire monitor, even though I expand the connection window all the way across my screen.
Sounds like a
if I expand. No, you're not. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's in a channel. Correct. What you want to do, Kelly? All the channels are in what's called container windows. Okay. So if I click on those, these are just going to be a little container window. That one's actually kind of a big one. You cannot stretch these across and then save them. Okay, these are going to always revert back to their original size anytime you go back into a channel. Okay, but Kelly, don't worry about that. What you want to do, let's say you found a channel, let's say this, for example, Account Builder, and you wanted to make it your own and expand the windows, all you have to do is go to File, save it to your server. Okay, so just go save layout. You could call it My account builder and click save, okay, now if I go into file and I load layout and I pull up that account builder, now I can go in here and I can do anything I want and change it under that layout. So I can expand these all down. So watch this. I can do anything I want, make these real big. Then I just go in file, save layout. My account builder save. It's going to ask you if you want to replace it. Click yes, and now I have it saved. So Kelly, if what you're eventually going to do is build your own layout, you're going to build your own charts, you're going to find your favorite windows, and then you're going to end up building your own layout, and it's going to be saved. Now you want to always save it. I do anyway, under your default layout, because this is the one that's always going to open up when you first open up the layout. Okay, when you still can't see, and you are on the okay, you're on the desktop version, right? And you're telling me that you have version 0.112, and you cannot see Brokerage Plus.
And you're in the test drive participating.
Someone might want to search his name in the back office just to make sure everything's signed up correctly, that he's enabled.
Lynn, you talking about Lynn?
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
We'll get you working today. If we can't get it done here, just go to our when we get off here, go to our online chat room. Okay, support. Just go to any of our web pages, and in the bottom right you'll see a blurb, and come in there and ask for me, and I'll do a remote session and get you fixed up. Yeah, because that's odd. I haven't seen that issue. I'm not sure ever where something's not pulling. Do you have all the other windows? You just don't have. Do you have the premium RBI, GBI? There goes your VLO.
Yeah, Andy, I've got his account pulled up here, and it says Holly AI enabled, Brokerage Plus enabled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you should be good. So yeah, if you can't get it, give us another 30 minutes and come to our online help chat room, and I'll do a remote with you.
Definitely not the web version, right?
See if we can't figure out what's wrong. No, you're definitely on the downloadable app, right? The desktop version, Lynn. And you're not on a Mac, right?
You know what? Just I'm chiming in here randomly. Similar issue with somebody this morning in Zen. Are you, Lynn? If you're a test driver, are you logged in with your demo account right now? That might be the issue.
Show him how to click on account and see what the system says for him.
Click. So when you click on account right here, what does it say at the top?
Yeah, we've had
Does it say your name, connected as your name?
Yeah, we've had a number of people who've, they were logged in as demo users. They had to completely log out and then log back in with the new credentials they have with the test drive.
Yeah, it looks like you're logged in correctly though, because it would say if you were in demo. I think. Click on login right here and make sure that one of these do not read connected Facebook or your Google. Make sure it doesn't say connected in any one of those.
AMSC, DKS. INMD.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I can tell you is come to
TLRY.
I guess we could send him over there now, but I'll just wait till after. We'll be done here in probably about 30 minutes, and then just come back in there and I'll do a remote with you, and we'll figure out what it is. All right. Let's see. It looks like Jamie's helping James.
Yeah, and on Marius's question there, he's already looked at the presentation video. He'd like more information. So I just dropped in the chat window a link to our YouTube channel where he can, anybody that wants to can have access to the TI University videos 101 through 401. That's a great place to get your head wrapped around all the basic functionality and a really great starting point, starting with 101. A lot of valuable information there on how to get started.
Yep. And also, Marius, while you're in that YouTube channel, you can do a search for starting trade ideas from starting from scratch. Okay, that's about an hour version, and it's just a real kind of abbreviated version. It's very smooth. It'll teach you the basics on creating, how to work the channels, how to create a default layout. So look for that starting from scratch, and it's a really good video. Well, James, if you want to have the least information on screen as possible and just want to see the AI trades, okay, you probably want to click on the one you want to follow. Okay, maybe if you just want to look at NEO, just click on NEO. It's all you're going to get are the AI trades. Or you can click on our Omni and see all three of them.
AMPH.
Give you all the trades. Now it looks like he got that. All right. But real briefly, Marius, while
and Marius is on the
software can be as complicated.
Sorry about that.
I think so, yeah.
A little delay here. No. So he is on the client, not the web version, correct? Okay.
Yeah, Marius, you are on the downloadable app, right? The desktop version? Yes. Yeah, watch that starting from scratch if you want to kind of just get an abbreviated version of our software. For the most part, right out of the box, probably the easiest thing to do is just make sure you pull up a channel bar and just start looking at some of our channels. It's going to have some really good windows in it. And especially channel 4, go down to channel 4. This is like 34 of our favorite windows. Let me show you how you can. Okay, so I had to make the borders real small, okay, to get everything in here. So would one of you guys drop a in the do we have a handouts? I don't have an option for handouts, but maybe give them the channel 4 document page so they can look at these channels. So somebody's going to drop a channel 4 document page in there that kind of briefly describes each one of these windows.
James or Andy, I can drop that
Yep.
document, no problem. However, due to the recent changes to the channels, it's going to be pretty outdated.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the channel bar. I'm talking about the channel
We don't
4
have the
document
handouts
page.
panel
that
working,
just-
it looks like, though.
All right, I don't know why that would be the case, but all right, well, you can hit us up at info, if you guys want a document page for this. But anyway, what you could do is there's a lot of good windows. This is Extreme Volume High-Low Pro, probably my favorite. But just expand it. You can go in here and look at the configuration and check them out and see how we kind of build these filters. And then if you want it to have a copy to your cloud, just go to what I would recommend doing, go to properties and take off the small borders so you can see what kind of window it is. This is a multi-strategy window. And then if you want a copy of it, just size it up how you would like it, save or share to cloud, click save. And now if you go to my cloud, you are going to see there it is saved in my cloud. So now what you can do is you can go to any of these channels. I would highly recommend channel 4, save any alert that you want or scanner or whatever you want to do, and then go back to, when you start building your default layout, yours won't look like this at first. Maybe you just have a couple of charts working, and then you can go to your cloud and go pick whatever you want. Whatever you saved in here, you could just load it up, and there it'll be. Now you can start building your own default layout with your alerts. Just make sure you save it and you override it each time you make a change. But that starting from scratch, it's on our YouTube channel, is very helpful. If you just want a kind of a really quick shotgun course for an hour to learn the basics of building Windows and how to use the cloud and all that, it's a really good video. All right. Is Brokerage Plus required for paper trading and back testing? Yes, Sean answered that question. So, okay, so for paper trading, yes, all you have to do, you have to pull up the Brokerage Plus. And once again, make sure when you connect to Trade Ideas paper trading mode, not Interactive Brokers. And you do not need the Brokerage Plus for back testing. You can back test any A window. Okay, you find an A window and you want to back test it, just go to back tester. And we don't have time today to go through and teach the whole back testing. Maybe tomorrow. We're just trying to get to some of the basic stuff today while people are filing into the Trade Ideas for the first day. But I do go over in TI University, which Sean dropped the link in there.
Yeah, James.
Jamie did, I'm sorry, to our YouTube page. No. Let's see. You guys that answer some of those questions, just let me know if I need to elaborate. Maria says, so basically I get their alerts and suggested trades, different strategies, then I get info with my broker. I'm not sure what you mean by info. We won't have anything to do with the broker.
TMUS.
I think he means how to best trade the signals coming out, which would basically mean just watching the AI module and then manually trading them.
Mm-hmm.
S.
Yeah, Kevin, we won't have anything on futures. Now we do have obviously ETFs. You can use our product to scan any ETF out there, as long as it's traded on one of the 4 major exchanges. It shouldn't be a problem. So, but yes, there's not going to be anything for futures for right now. Maybe added in the future. So he's asking, is it possible to modify the list of stocks that AI uses? No, we have no idea what stocks are going to be alerted from the AI each day. It's all about whether the pattern sets up and all the filters are met and the alert fires.
I will add, I had a special meeting on the big green boardroom, many acres with Dan, and at some point they do want to do some single stock AI input output. So it's not here, but down the road it's in Dan's brain to start doing Apple or Tesla or some other big names where there is some more input output. But for now, we just sit back and wait for the output.
OPGN.
All right, looks like we're all caught up, guys. Still got about 20 minutes left in here, so guys feel free to fire away.
I like Michael's question.
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Yeah, Michael.
Go ahead. We have within the AI, there's something like 70 strategies now, approximately. And all 70 strategies are looking at different things. So, we wouldn't be able to tell you, what's the general trigger that gets the AI into trades. All 70 of those strategies are unique. So I don't have an easy answer for you there.
Check your, I replied to your question there with a link, and the link takes you to the general thumbnail description of the strategies. That will help a little.
DS.
Yeah. But, there's all kinds of, we have hundreds of alerts within trade ideas that can trigger trades, things like a stock making a new high, a stock crossing a key moving average, a stock, reversing trend, a stock having 6 or 7 consecutive days in a row, up or down. There's all different kinds of signals there. So, and that's the beauty of the AI, right? You got 70 plus strategies and growing that are all doing different things. So, the AI is certainly not a one-trick pony.
CNP.
Kelly may need a newer version if you don't have the option to load trade ideas. If you're only seeing paper trade through IB and you don't have 2 options to connect, that means you don't have the correct version. So you'll need to go to that link and download the most recent version.
Mm-hmm.
Ella.
Okay, let's see. Sunil
Info.
says Tumas had extreme volume, but I'm not seeing it
QFIN.
come through my alerts. Well, let me see if it came through this
All
one right
depends on the
here. Let me
window
look
that
at
he's
this.
watching.
Yep. Let me do a history.
JMIA.
Yeah, it would probably be some filter in here. Not 10-day, change in 20 days. Let me check this one right here. Oh, wait, I didn't want to do that. Oh, wait, let me do another one. It's not the one I wanted. Let me do extreme.
S.
What would I call that thing? Extreme. I can't remember what I named it. Oh, Carnage, I believe what it was. There we go. Yeah, it's probably some filter. Jamie, can you try to get that Tumas on one of yours, like some sort of breakdown? It's probably I'd have to go in and look. There's some filter that's not being probably
OPGN,
satisfied in some of whatever it
OPGN.
might be. But
Yeah,
maybe
what
if
I'm
you could
doing
just do
is just to give an idea of how much data we're gathering on TMUS right now, I converted one of my windows that I usually have pointed to the SPY. I call it a SPY watcher. I just converted that into a TMUS watcher and dropped the cloud link into the chat window there. So if you grab that cloud link and load it up, you'll see lots of data coming through as TMUS does its thing. Just to give a flavor, you know, of how much information is actually being processed on TMUS. Of course, then you can, you know, try to create whatever it is type of setup that you're looking for. But this is just a good idea of how much data is currently being processed, not only on TMUS, but, you know, many, many other stocks out there.
OPGN.
So here's what Jamie's telling you. So he has like no filters on this at all. Okay, so he just all he's using here. If I go, he's got both of them. Let's just do the red since he's looking at making a down plunge. So see all the filter alerts that he's using. So what he's doing is he's trying to just get a tick on the stock. Okay, so all it has to be doing is satisfying any of these alerts, and he's going to get a tick. In other words, it's going to come through an alert window. If you look at Windows specific, see, I had a lot of filters in mind. He's not using any filters. He's just looking to see, you know, how often this is coming through and what alert. It's he doesn't even care about the alert. He just wants to see how often the stock is coming through. Let me turn off the green one real quick so you can kind of see the timer here. Let's see. Okay, cut that off.
OPGN.
Okay, so we can put this time frame now. Let's go with a let's go with like a 2 minute so we can see this action here. Okay, so around 11:40 my time, I'm on Central. You're going to see this thing was flying through here. Look at all these ticks as it was going lower and lower and lower. So that tells you our software is definitely finding the data points, okay, when the stock is hitting lows because it's coming through here. Now it doesn't, I can add a column here. I'm on history, so I can't do that right now. Let me take it off history. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and add a column, and then we're gonna put it on the type of symbol that was being alerted during that time frame.
ADUS.
So you can see around 1140, you're going to see a bunch of new lows coming through here. See all those new lows filters, new lows filters. So I'm sorry, alerts, not filters. Okay, so it's working. The problem is it is, and what you got to what you have to understand. Okay, if you're not using a lot of filters, you're going to get a lot of head fakes. Okay, you can get these alerts to work really fast. The only problem is if they're not backed by volume or whatever, you know, maybe they only average 25,000 shares a day. You can get a filter to react as soon as possible, so you can catch them real quick. The problem is you're going to get a lot of head fakes. In other words, a lot of these are going to hit new lows for maybe 1 or 2 minutes and then bounce right back up. But you're going to be getting it through your alert window because you're not using filters. So this is why I prefer, you know, to look for stocks that are doing volume, breaking out of ranges, whether it be a 10-day or 20-day range. You know, I'm looking for more quality alerts versus quantity. So I hope that makes sense. You guys, let me know if needs help with any Kelly questions.
Yeah, Kelly was saying in the type column under his orders in Brokerage Plus for paper, it's not
okay.
It's not identifying them. Where I'm looking at mine, you know, and it identifies as limit, market, stop. So
got a missing column.
Let's see.
Well, he's just saying it says unknown under type. Orders tab and then the type column.
ALTR.
So right here, you're all saying unknown. Who was this? James was asking this?
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks up from the bottom.
Yeah, I see it. You know, you're probably going to have to submit that. You might be getting a little advanced at this point. I don't know if you're setting stop orders or you're saying that you just not the limit orders.
Pace.
Okay, so the limit orders are appearing, but the unknown is in all the other fields. How are you executing them? See, right now, I haven't made any orders. These are all stop orders on mine from my strategy window. If I go here to my positions, you're going to see, well, maybe you're not. Gosh, why is the strategy name out here? It was here this morning, I think, because I closed it out.
FSCT, 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 FSCT.
Let me just let me execute a trade real quick and just see.
VIAB.
Okay, so let me show you how you can execute. Let's say you have a strategy over here. Okay, strategy built. And let's say I want to use my risk parameters from, gosh, I lost my freaking, I got to find my other
DMPI.
Brokerage Plus window.
FSCT.
Oh, well, not going to be able to use my strategy until I go and pick it up, find it, I'll close it out. Let's say I right click and I trade Twitter using buy 100 shares at market. Okay, just there it is. Okay, just bought Twitter, 100 shares at market. Okay, now let's go look at the order strategies. I'm assuming, I'm not sure exactly how you're executing your trades, but let's go see what. Okay, that was a market fields, and yours is if you do that, it's saying unknown, Kelly, under type, under orders.
GV.
Huh.
GV.
Yeah, I don't think I'd worry about that at this point, okay, because this is just a paper trader. It may be, since I maybe have, I'm on a developmental version, okay, mine may be a little bit different than yours. I think the main thing is to see if your trades are going out and working, executing.
GV.
After you do that, like Twitter, let's just say another thing you might want to do, since I just made a trade in this. Okay, I'm going to add a stop order. Okay, let's just say I'm going to lose as a buck. I'm going to get out. I'm going to put 89.19 in here. Click OK. Let's make sure we get a stop order. And I got to add a stop column. Stop price. There it is, the Twitter. You want to make sure your stops are being set in there.
NFG.
How have you been executing your orders? Through the chart? Have you been using the little window down at the bottom? Or have you been building strategies and using the auto trader? Okay. Okay, so that's the important thing is your orders are getting filled. I don't think I'd pay too much to the wording of why, in the orders menu. That's kind of a back office kind of thing, like almost like a messenger. Now, if you put stops in there, you want to make sure,
DMPI.
I would want those to say stop. So you might try playing around with stop orders. Yeah, Surrender, you don't need a trader workstation to use the paper trader. Okay, but if you did want to use the trader's workstation, you'd have to sign up with an account with IB. Yes. Okay. If you want to set up automatic trading, you have an IB account. Okay. Yeah, Surrender. You're the one I sent on our website chat. Sent you instructions, and you said they didn't work. Is that correct? All right. They do work. A lot of people have done it. You're probably not putting. Let me. When you say what do you mean if it's not working? It's not showing connected. You're not getting a correct connection. Okay, it's probably your settings.
Aim.
Did you get that PDF document that shows how to change the port and all that?
You can drop that in there. Well, if you can,
I can't
guess
drop.
you can.
You may have to go back to live chat and say that he does have a live IB account, and you know, we do have that PDF we can drop in there. Well, okay, you have your very first step, is to go to Trader Workstation, which is your basic interactive brokers trading account, which if you have an interactive brokers live account, you should have a login. If you don't have a login or you have no idea, you should probably contact interactive brokers and say, how do I launch Trader Workstation? And from there, that's step one. From there, we need to connect the rest of this stuff. But if you don't even have an icon, you don't have a password or a login, I would suggest calling IB first.
Yeah, you definitely want to get you get Trader's Workstation downloaded. Okay, and then once you do, okay, that video I sent you, okay, it walks you through all these steps of how to go to the API settings and set it up. Make sure you're on 7497 for paper trading. Okay, 96 would be live trading. So just make sure you set it on paper trading first. This is in that video, but yeah, if you want a screenshot of it, PDF, or just I can send it over to you in Zen. I'm sorry, on our website chat room. Yeah, but those videos, people have followed those videos that are on our YouTube of connecting. We have a whole playlist on there of how you build your strategies, how you connect. So they do work, and it's all about getting the correct connection on your IP, API settings. I'm losing my voice.
Well, it's about that time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We've run through all the questions. I would direct anybody back to Barry's live trading room, for additional live support if you're looking for it. There's some great tabs in there where you can type people and get some trader help. But we will be back again tomorrow. So whatever questions you have between now and noon Eastern tomorrow, hold on to them, write them down, whatever, save them, because we'll come back every day this week and do the same thing.
Yep, and also we be sure you sign up for our afternoon webinars. We're going to be spending most of our time in that, helping people in the afternoon webinars as well. So those are at 5 Eastern time. So there'll be another